Well, I love being a stay-at-home mom and being able to put my kiddo on the bus every day. I don't like not having complete control over my finances, and I don't like being injured. That's the bigger part. Um, you know, when working, if I needed more money to do something, I just did overtime. I worked for it. I don't have that option being a stay-at-home mom, especially being on a work injury. Whoop. I mean, obviously, if I was generating an income, I could. But I'm not currently generating extra income. YouTube monetization requires, it's like, it used to be 10,000 followers, then they changed it. My channels all used to be monetized, now they're not. And you have to have like 1,000 followers now, I think, and so many hours of watch time. And alas, I do not. I appreciate every one of you guys. I love you guys. But I don't generate any income from my YouTube. So, being a stay-at-home mom without a secondary income kind of sucks. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Some of you guys might be wondering, man, she wears a lot of the same stuff. And right now, yes, because I wear stuff that's easy for me to get on and off. I tried to wear a dress the other day, but because there was more material to put up and over my shoulder, that was rough. So that sucked. But I am trying to find more of my shirts that are stretchy enough that I can wear. I'm going to live in cardigans. I'm going to attempt to put on a sweatshirt either sometime this week or next week. Because it's getting cold. Like yesterday it was 54 degrees. I had a fire going in both my fireplaces. Well, the one in my bedroom, I didn't really have that one going until the evening. But the one in the living room, I kept going all day. And after I get back from Kohl's, I will be stoking that fire again, get that fire going. Because I'm doing my best now that I don't have to be in a, laying down position all the time. Like, I'm actually in my living room. I'm sitting up. Swimming, can't I? And I just am like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I don't feel as gross about myself because I'm not laying in bed all day. I got a blanket to help keep me warm, and there's a TV in the living room, and it's nice being up. And so I joined this Facebook group. It's the Budget Moms Facebook group. And if you haven't heard of the Budget Mom, look her up on YouTube. She helps people, she's a financial advisor, and she helps people learn how to take control of their budget. And she issues challenges. In the Facebook group, people are making their own challenges, but the Budget Mom challenge is make your own coffee October. No buying coffee outside. I still have some money on my Starbucks card, but I'm not going to spend it. And I don't spend that much a month. Maybe I put, when I'm low, $15, and depending on if I'm buying coffee for more than just myself, maybe I'll do $30 every couple months. But I'm not going to put any money on my Starbucks card. I'm not going to spend that $30. And then I'm also issuing myself a second cat challenge, where I only eat out twice this month. That's going to be it. Everything else, eat in-house. That's probably going to be my biggest challenge, honestly, is eating in. I have plenty of food. It's just sometimes I don't feel like cooking. I'm going to rely more heavily on the food that I have in the house. And then November is no spend November. And what she means by no spend November is she picks Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays and Wednesdays, she spends no money. The only money that you're allowed to spend is if you're out and about and you didn't get a chance to fill up on Sunday, or Tuesday you weren't that low, but like either if it falls on a Monday or Wednesday and you absolutely have to get gas, you can spend on gas. Other than that, no spend November on Mondays and Wednesdays. Now the rest of your shopping and groceries and whatnot, you'll spend on that days. And bills, I don't think count. I believe bills don't count because, a lot of times in this day and age, you have your bills on auto pay and they go on the day no matter what. So bills don't count because those are fixed expenses. And I did my budget. I can't create any sinking funds, and I can only create the 2 cash envelopes based on my current budget. When I'm fully healed, things will be a little bit easier because I actually have my full paycheck and I can actually work overtime. Which will suck getting back into it, but I will work overtime again. Just because I need to rebuild the finances. I'm sitting here behind a bus, so I'm not holding on to the wheel. I chose my physical therapy times at 8:30, and so I'm always behind the bus, but it's only 8:05, and I'm literally, and it's so funny, I am like 5 minutes on a normal bad traffic day from physical therapy, but because I go after the bus, a 3-minute car ride takes me sometimes 15 minutes. And it's so funny because you can see people getting impatient in their cars and stuff, but you know what time the bus comes through. If you do this commute on a regular basis, you know what time the bus comes through. But lady in front of me, she keeps looking around. That's why you always leave early. Always. My mom and dad taught me a long time ago. If you're 15 minutes early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. Okay? My whole life. So for me, I'm always 15 minutes to a half an hour early anywhere. And if, my other friends are like, oh, we'll be there at, 3:30. I'm usually there like 2:45, 3 o'clock, and I'll sit in the parking lot with the book when it gets a little bit closer to that time, I'm usually always the first one there. I'm usually always the one that goes and gets the seats, the table. Because that's just, that's just how I roll. So last night was a bad shoulder night. It was really bad. So I did not sleep well. I mean, it's the same song and dance you guys have been hearing for a while now, that I didn't sleep well. Saturday night though. Saturday was perfect. I didn't do anything. And yesterday, yes, I did do quite a bit. Now, granted, I didn't use my right arm. Maybe a little bit. But I didn't really use my right arm yesterday. But I did a lot. The rest of the body. Saturday, I didn't do anything. Stayed in bed. I mean, I got up to eat. To, get a drink. But I didn't really do anything Saturday. And I didn't need any pain medicine. And I was able to sleep so good. But I rearranged the living room a little bit. And now I'm paying for it. I paid for it last night. And when I went and got pieces of wood for the fireplace, I didn't really use my right arm a whole lot. A tiny bit, but not like something that I would consider like a whole lot. But obviously it was enough that I didn't sleep well last night. Some days I'm able to take just one pain med to sleep because of the pain. And there are some where I wake up and I have to take a second one. I'm hoping that the pain does get better because I won't have pain meds forever. I won't have them forever. So, we're at physical therapy. Let's go. So I tried putting on a long sleeve shirt today. I was worried I was going to have issues because I had issues putting the dress on, which was short sleeve. But actually long sleeve shirts are much easier to handle. I normally am not a long sleeve shirt kind of girl. But I do have a couple of these really pretty long sleeves that I bought a couple of years ago that I just didn't wear because it was too hot. But it's freezing right now. So I'll take it. Got another fire going. As will probably be the usual. It's 49 degrees today. My hair is looking all crazy. I'm letting it air dry. It's crazy. So the boyfriend came last night. And I was very excited. He called me at like 6. Okay, you guys? Normally he calls me at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. But he calls me and I told him about the bad day that I was having because of all the pain from stretching and then overdoing it, carrying wood. And I'm surprised I'm not in pain today. And I had to probably the combination of muscle relaxers and the painkiller I took probably helped out. And he was like, it'll take me 2 hours, but I can come home tonight. And I'm like, I don't want you to come home if it's going to inconvenience you. And he's like, it's always worth it when I can come home. And he always calls me before he comes home to ask me if I want him home. And I always want him home. So I'm not sure why he calls and asks he should just come home. But I think it's because he feels bad because he can't. And because he can't come home on a regular basis, I think he's worried that I have plans to do something else and I just, I wait for his phone call and then go do something else or I'm doing something else. I don't know. What's going on in his head. But he always asks. And I love him. So of course, I came home. I made him something to eat. Packed up a bunch of random stuff for him to take to snack on. because I was not fully prepared for him to have lunch from me for 2 days. Not prepared at all. I miss falling asleep next to him. But it was so wonderful that he got to come home and just sit with me and talk and just make me feel better. He always knows how to make me feel better. Even on my worst days. Even when he's the one who made me feel not good. There have been a lot less of that. And I think part of it has to do with his work schedule and the fact that he's working so far away and I haven't been able to drive up to see him. But he's a good man. Sometimes he can be stupid. But then again, sometimes everybody can be stupid. Even I can be stupid. So, kind of just chilling. I'm going to give my arm a break. I have physical therapy tomorrow, which means the horrible stretching tomorrow. And then classroom opens on Friday. And I'm going to start my classwork Friday and work on it all weekend. And be prepared so that when Monday class opens, I can submit my first discussion board posts. I have an idea of the papers that I'm going to be writing. And I'm always very crazy and very nervous and very like racking my brain the first couple days and just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. But it'll be good. I'll have lots of work to do because I'll be in 2 classes again. I'm honestly probably going to be in 2 classes from here on out until I start hitting my dissertation. 34% done after this term, which will end December, I think. I'll be 44% done. And like, I'm just ticking away. Little bits at a time. Ooh. Someone must have ran the stop sign. Anyways, that's it. That's my boring life right now, and thank you for coming along. Good morning. So we are on our way to physical therapy. Then I gotta swing by Kohl's for another return. And then home. I slept okay last night. I was really bummed out because Tuesday the boyfriend got off early, and when he called me before he came home, he was in a super good mood. He was okay. And then when he called me last night, he was just so exhausted. And he called me about 8-ish, which is about normal. He's been working like 12-hour days, I want to say, lately. Which is good for his bottom line. But as normal, exhausted, just wrecked from the day's work. I talked to him for like 15 minutes before I made him get off the phone. I told him about my financial goals for October and November. Not that I can put any money away, but for October is make my own coffee October, which means not putting any money on my Starbucks for the month. Which he was like, wow. That card just did something very dangerous. Which is like, it's very, I do 15, maybe, like I said earlier this week, maybe a little bit more depending on if I'm buying coffee for like my sister or my dad, but I'm not putting any money in my Starbucks card this month. I'm not buying coffee from any little coffee shop this month. I don't mind making my own coffee at home, and I have my Oregon chai. I wish it was Tazo, but Oregon chai is what you can get at Costco in bulk. And I have my coffee creamer, so I'm good there. And then I'm really gonna try to stick with no spend November, with no spending on Mondays and Wednesdays. And I'm in this group where there's a lot of tips, a lot of tricks. So that's been helping. And they even have a mentor-mentee program. And so I connected up with a young lady last night. Well, I say young lady, but she's probably about my age, who lives on the East Coast. And, you know, I showed her my budget, and, you know, she sees that there isn't a whole lot of wiggle room to put towards more debt and whatnot, but I'm hoping to have, I have 2 full car payments and then like a tiny bit. December technically would be $53. Maybe a little bit more because of, you know, interest that's compiled on the car. Okay. Well, November, very, very beginning of November, I should get the tiniest bit of extra money from school, and that's going to go all towards my car payment to pay the car off. And then the money that I would normally put aside in November and December for my car payment, I'm going to put towards Alex's birthday. And then if I don't actually need to use the Alex sinking fund for her birthday, because her dad and I split the costs, then that'll get put back into my budget, which it'll get put back into my budget as an extra debt payment. But she recommended that instead of just, you know, leaving it in my account, label it as the Alex sinking fund, so the cash looks spent and I'm not tempted to spend it. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, my sister called and cut my video off. So I'm back home. I'm resting because, again, it was another day filled with stretching that caused me a great deal of pain in the moment. I'm now feeling, it's been a couple hours, I'm now feeling sore from it, so I'm trying to rest up. Got my blanket, got a fire going because it's cold, and it is raining lightly outside. Little 7 Deadly Sins. Got my food tray, a book if I decide I want to read a book, and yeah. So, I'm happy to report I have started doing a little bit of dancing. I think I have one more pre-recorded dance video. And then I'll have to start recording fresh ones. But I think I can do a little bit of dancing that won't affect my shoulder too much. So I'm very excited. Because I am doing some minor dancing. But I haven't really pulled out my phone to record it and upload it. Which I may do. Because it has been a while since I put out a dance video. You know, my surgery was August 9th. It's now October 3rd. And I think it's getting to be time. I'm a little more comfortable. I'm also taking my debt journey to the next level. I've got forms filled out, put on my fridge. It's split into weekly payments, 52 payments to reach the debt goal. That I can't make weekly payments right now. But once my car is paid off, I will snowball it to my credit card with the highest APR, which happens to be the lowest number right now. And get that one paid off. And after I get my tax return, I'll put more into that, and that'll get paid off a little bit quicker. So then I can snowball the car payment plus what I was paying towards that credit card into what I'm already paying. And like, that used to scare me. It used to be, okay, once that card is paid off, I have that extra money in the bank. No, I need to snowball it into more credit card payments so that when I hit the second credit card to pay off, I'll actually stay way on top of the interest because I'm making those extra payments throughout the month. So that is the plan. I'm excited. I'm actually excited to start on this credit card debt-free journey. Yeah. I can do it. 2 years' time, my credit cards will be paid off just in time to start those student loan payments. And I'm trying to find different ways I can earn extra income while being at home, unable to do a whole lot thanks to that shoulder. And pretty much until I can get back to working full time and bringing a full paycheck in. So I gotta try to look, because the more money I can bring in, the more debt I can pay off quicker, and I'll be good to go. I can't wait, you guys. Like, I'm actually excited. I'm actually stoked. I've created a budget. I think I can stick to it. I have a goal. So now that I've got a goal, I'm moving forward with it. As my boyfriend says, like, when I get stuck on something, so I'm stuck on that. And tomorrow, you'll be there with me as we go into the open classes. My classes open tomorrow. I'm excited. Also scared, because I'm taking 2 classes again. Don't know how hard they are, but I got this. And I'm going to take you guys along for the journey. So classes have started. I have my breakfast going. It's more like a brunch. It is noon. I did already start my day. I did already get signed into my classes. I did get all set up. I actually have the same instructor for both my classes. Which is both a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because the expectations are the same. The bad thing is you can't do less for one class than you do for the other because he knows the level in which you're working at. So a friend of mine from work wants to try to get together Monday. I'm kind of excited. I haven't seen her in a while. I'm not going to spend any money because that's the rules. No, if it's not in the budget, it's not being spent. I do need to go to the bank at some point, pull the money out. Bank's in the opposite direction, in which I will probably be meeting her unless she's coming to my house. And if I don't go to the bank Monday, that's fine. I can go Tuesday after I put Alex on the bus. But it is important to pull the money out and actually put it in my cash envelopes for the system to work. My skin's peeling on my hands. I'm trying to get Judy on board so she can budget and be secure. So we'll see. We'll see if I can get her on board. I'm trying to attack this term better than I've attacked the last couple terms, but so far it's not working. My anxiety is already through the roof. It's heavy workloads in both the classes. I'm already freaking out This will happen for like the first 3 or 4 weeks. And it'll start to calm down as I get closer to completion. One of the classes, we have a writing coach. So we'll see how my writing has improved since the last time I had a writing coach. Unfortunately, it's not the same writing coach. That'd be pretty cool if it's the same writing coach, but it's not. It's a guy this time. I'm nervous. I really am. I was doing a lot of reading and a lot of typing, and that started to hurt my shoulder, and that's when I took the break to shower, make myself something to eat, let my shoulder calm down. I think that's the biggest thing that I'm going to run into is my shoulder calming down and my having issues with that. So I will do as much schoolwork as my shoulder can tolerate every day. And I'm going to be pretty much attached to this laptop doing my homework. And that's going to be pretty it. Like, even when my friend comes to visit during the week of the 20th through the 26th, for the most part, I'm going to be stuck to my computer. I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try to make sure that week I'm pretty okay. But we'll see. So I ended up taking a break for like an hour. Because you'd be surprised, sitting in this position typing, how much that weighs on my shoulder. And I've been back at it for about another hour, and I'm already exhausted again. I've got like 1.5 discussion board posts completed because that's all I got done so far. I'm actually reading material this time around. That's how much I actually need the information. Like, really reading it. This time around, it's actually applying the emergency management theory to something. So it's another class where we're actually reading and discussing about disasters that happen and different emergency management theories. I'm actually going to look to see if one of my books from CSU I could actually use in this course. I think that would be cool. But I'm about to take another break, even though I wasn't on the computer as long as I was before. I do have to take breaks when my shoulder is throbbing so much that I can't focus on the work. So there's that. Ooh, my hair. My hair is just... Can't do anything with it. Can't do anything to it, because I can't. It's not enough. It's not enough. Okay. Sorry, my arm's a little swollen. I shouldn't have done that. There's so much that I still can't do yet. And it's insane. Like, to me, it's insane. Even though, like, it's actually normal. Like, my PT warned me that a lot of her patients, just going back to work, sitting at a desk and doing the work, the mental and physical combined with the shoulder trying to heal itself is a lot. I think I'm just going to be at home on my laptop doing my schoolwork, but it is taking a huge toll. I've already emailed my instructor, let him know, and I was like, I'm not trying to make this as an excuse. I am going to try to make sure that I keep to my deadlines, but please be aware I had major surgery August 9th. I'm still trying to heal. I still don't have full use of my arm. It is a struggle to be on the computer, but I am going to be doing my best to be an active participant in my classes. And again, I have the same instructor for both classes, so I only had to send that letter once. So hopefully he's understanding. And I get it. I have deadlines. I got to do the work. And I'm going to do the work. I've already started the work. I might just call it a night here. I'm going to get up tomorrow, finish the second discussion board post for week 1. And then I'm already starting to look at the projects, aka papers, for week 2 for both classes, along with the discussion board posts, and trying to get those papers started. So
Here's to a work-filled weekend.